looks like it worked.
Is it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Who'da thunk?
Who'da thunk?
Who'da thunk?
Salad.
I figured out how to add the music to my countdown. You guys have no idea how long that took. Nothing special. I don't have a link to it. It's in the YouTube. On the back end for makers, we have a library of copyright free music, because that's a big thing for those ever interested in getting into like making content online. Be very, very careful when it comes to music. It's different when you're doing like shorts and reels and TikToks or whatever. I don't even know. Because a lot of those give you options, but even then, be careful, because your stuff can get restricted. Because don't mess with the music industry is what I'm saying. I just don't. It's not fun. I've been there, done that. Not fun. So that little music thingy was one I had downloaded from YouTube. So I figured things out. Anyway, hello everyone. AmyR here. Welcome to my face. Card making space. We're live, unscripted, unfiltered, chaotic. Yeah. So hello to everybody. Nobody missed anything. We are just getting started, and I have a mess. I have a rough idea of what I'm gonna do. Links to everything are in the description box below the video. I've also popped them into the chat. They're pinned at the top of the chat, and unpaid intern sitting in the corner.
Hello.
He will help moderate, add links, what have you. And oh, my chat is like, oh, that one like actually popped up on my screen. I don't think it shows up on the main one, but thank you, Zon, for this super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you guys enjoying the content I put out and putting up with my chaos. We signed up for chaos. Yeah, you guys did. So by subscribing to my channel, there is like an unwritten, unspoken agreement that you are just going to be okay with the chaos, because it just is. That I'm just made of it. I am like 3 trash pandas in a trench coat level of chaos. And I was going to grab vellum. I was like, I was going to do something. I was going to do all sorts of things. That's just what we do around here. Okay. Yeah, look for ones that are copyright free that you do not have to acknowledge, yada yada. Yeah. When it comes to music rights, it's a minefield. That is why for the last 2 years of doing lives, I've had 0 music. Because when you start getting into that, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. It really is. And it's no joke. Like, do not mess with the music industry. They literally have very, very, very good, very sensitive algorithms as your video is uploading to detect whether or not you're using copyright music. I had a video flagged many years ago. This was like 15 years ago. And it got flagged, and I was just starting out, and I was just a little baby influencer maker type person. And I was like, why did they do this to me? It took me the longest time. I had to crank up the volume in my own video. I had the radio going in the background, and you can barely hear it. But that algorithm picked that up and flagged it. And now that specific music artist like makes all of the pennies. That video doesn't make anything, but you know. Yeah, I learned that one the hard way. So, anywho, okay, I think we're good. I'm just everything seems to be working. We got to figure out what I'm making and how I'm gonna make it. Like I said, I figured out something. Maybe you should get some fruit punch like some other YouTubers do in the lives. Yeah, no. If I started drinking in my lives,
it wouldn't be.
You think it's chaos now? Well, they would call it fruit punch. It's wine. It became a thing with like Kathy Zielski, I think, and just referring to it as fruit punch. It's a dicey thing. Some people get very upset when we talk about alcohol, but I don't drink much at all anymore, for health reasons. Still occasionally, you know. And yeah, it would be fun. I floated the idea, specifically talking of Kathy Zielski, I floated the idea with her. We should do like Crafty Live After Dark, you know, and her and I will rip open a bottle of wine and we could like craft together and I'd burn the world down. It's not a good thing. So we will just someday though. Thank you, Cinder's Papercraft, for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. It would be funny. I'm definitely not gonna, break open the wine for my Sunday lives. Just you guys have no idea. You think I'm crazy to begin with, but yeah, add wine to the mix, and I am just next level ridiculous. But we'll get to it one thing at a time. I'm trying to fit in more lives here and there. I did one Friday. I did a bonus live, and I've been trying to fit them in. I do plan on going back to also doing some more, like while I'm swatching, because I have a million products that I need to, like, all my alternate, like, I have so many things I need to swatch because I need that for me and to organize, and I like to see colors, and I like swatching. I've done some, you can see them on my channel, where I'll sit and swatch, and I do it live, and I talk with everyone, and we have a grand old time. It's great. And I plan to do more of them. I need more hours in a day. Okay? Like, seriously. An extra day a week would be wonderful. Anyway. Doodly doodly doo. Pudding shots, Periscope. Yeah, that was back in the day. I used to do that. I used to, back when Periscope was a thing. That's why I always laugh when people are like, "Oh, you used to be scared of doing lives." I'm like, "Oh no, I've been doing live streams just on different platforms for 15 years."
Periscope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Periscope was a long time ago, like a decade ago. Yeah, about 10 years ago. And yeah, some evenings I'd have a glass of wine and chat with people, and we had a great time. Those are fun times. Corinne, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. My friends would get so drunk at scrapbook retreats. I don't know how they did their pages. But they didn't overthink things. That sometimes I could see that being to stop with because overthinking when you are creating, whether it's scrapbook pages or cards or just whatever, overthinking, I hear it. That would be a good thing. Anyway, crafty day, 8th day of the week. Yes. Can you check the form? Is the form right? Did I do it right, or did I mess it up?
Hold on. It's It's January 26th.
Oops. Gimme. I knew. See. See, this is why I don't drink wine, you guys. I can't even do the right thing. I messed something up. What did I do wrong? I put the wrong thing. Okay. Did I do the wrong boo? I probably put the wrong link. I'm doing it right now. I think that's what I did. Did I put the wrong one in? Yeah, I did. Okay, I fixed it. I fixed it. We're good. Give it a second to... Yeah, it's fixed. We're good. Back to the regularly scheduled program. Thank you for pointing that out. You filled it out last week. Speaking of which, the giveaway. For those that aren't aware, I give away the card I make. Sometimes it might be more than one. Today might be. We'll see. I make no promises. But he draws a winner at the end. There's a form in the doobly-doo below the video. For those watching live, if you're on replay, sorry. I do occasional. I'll do like some card giveaways for everyone later at some point. But yeah, you fill out the form. We don't share that info, and we mail them out. I am caught up. On Friday, I mailed. I took a photo, but I'll post it later today, maybe. I mailed out all the live stream winners since like November. So I had a whole stack. Got them done. Life is good. It was for Chris's work party. Yeah, that one wasn't Periscope. I think I was doing that like for the private Facebook group I used to have. Yeah, that's the last time I made pudding shots. So that was like 8 years ago. It's been a long time.
Those were good from what I remember.
From what you remember. Yeah, they were good. I have not made pudding shots since then because I got sick of them. But they were very delicious. And okay, I think everything is good. Okay, so now that we've figured things out, let's flip this down to here. There we go. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to do. I forgotted to add the link to these. Give me 1 second. Again, I am just all over the place today. Content. That one. I think it was this one. And there it is. Okay. Again, welcome to the chaos, everybody. I'm adding it to the bottom underneath the links, this one, to the color cubes. Done. Okay. Color cubes. Woo.
Color cubes? Are we doing a sandy thing?
Well, that's the colors inspired by. We're not doing a sandy anything. I've shown these many times. Do you need them? No. Color combos are available online. There's a million of them. You can literally just Google color combo. A million will pop up. These are by Sarah Renee Clark. She's got a YouTube channel. She's actually based in Australia, but she has a drop shipper in the United States for these, and there's 2 of them. And I've shown these in other lives. I've talked about them. And each one has like 250 cards with like an image and then the colors. And then on the back, it's got like the Pantone numbers if you really want to get like specific and stuff. And they're great. I like them because they're like physical, tangible, and then I can like grab whatever one's inspiring me and I can go and like, oh, find inks. So that's what they are. There's options, but again, I have them more for display only because, you know, the boxes are pretty and the cards are pretty, you know. But I pulled one out for my colors today. And yeah, ignore that. Because it's, you know, sometimes I'll take inspiration from the actual image too. And it's like, ooh, we could do like a beach theme card, but I'm not going to do that. I just liked the colors. And I was like, So I pulled out inks. Doop, 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 doop. And then this one is just kind of a bonus. I skipped this one and pulled out because I like this buttercream color. So I pulled those out. The cubes are so expensive, so I just look up. Yeah, the cubes are not cheap. You know, and shipping to Canada was painful. Online, tons. There's tons of options. You know, do what works for you. So I got my inks. I got colors. I pulled out this set because I hadn't used it yet. And just heads up for those watching live and those catching the replay before the end of the day, this set is like massively discounted right now. It was in the sale category and I was like, sweet deal, man. It's like half price. So the stamp and the dies and then the stencil set. The stencil set's also on sale and it's a layering stencil set. I like that Simon is getting into the layered stencils and things. So that's what I thought I would use. That's the plan. So I also, and again, those watching live, there is a free shipping code that ends tonight. Yeah. Simon's a stamp. There's free shipping or a discount off international shipping. All that info is in the description box below. I threw it in there. So that's the plan, is to do this in these colors and we'll just see what happens. Yeah. So I need cardstock to do this. All the inks are listed in the supplies. They're dye inks. This should work. Get out. It would help if I had the cardstock. The Pretty Pink Posh K-pop dyes. I'm not sure when I'll get to using those. I think right now they're sold out. That's why I didn't use them during my bonus live on Friday. They're cute. I'm hoping I'll find some time. I'm just going to cut a piece of white cardstock. And then, okay, making sure. Okay, everything is good. Everything is good. So, what I want to do is heat emboss these images. Because I thought I would do this color combo with a pop of gold, which means I need gold embossing powder. Gold embossing powder. And I need my heat tool, which I didn't plug in. Hopefully that does not. No, we're good. Everything seems to be working so far. Okay. Get things out of the way. Durbly do. Okay. Okay. That. Stamps. Okay. No idea what image. Well, I kind of know. I want to use that one. Little like chocolate. We got a cupcake. We'll use this one. Did that. There's that I like too. Maybe that one. We'll see. That one might be able to peek out. Let's just see what happens. As usual, just flying by the seat of my pants. I'll just get these spaced out. Oh, and I need to stamp my background too. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place.
All over the place.
Yeah. We'll do this one too. Why not? Why not? And then just make sure I got enough space. Enough space. Yeah, that should work. Okay. So we got that. Gotta use our anti-static powder tool. All the anti-static powder tool does is help the embossing powder from going where it doesn't belong. Because you can get fingerprints, whatever else on your cardstock. You don't want the embossing powder clinging to that. So, anti-static powder. And then we'll ink everything up and stamp it with clear embossing ink. Just like so. And just out of habit, I'm going to ink it up and stamp it twice. Just to be safe. Because when you're stamping clear ink on top of white cardstock, it's kind of hard to tell what you're doing. There we go. Okay. You guys can't see anything, but it's there. It's there. We're good. Move this over a little bit. Okay. So we'll coat everything with gold embossing powder. There we go. Tap off the excess. Now you can see what I'm doing. Now it'll start to make a little bit of sense. And I got 2 more images. Oh, I didn't stamp that one very good, did I? I did not. Oh, whatever. I got plenty of space. I can redo it. Not the end of the world. So I'll melt these ones and then I'll restamp the little heart chocolate because that one I don't even think I inked it up. Oh, good job, Amy. I'm a professional. I'm so professional. There we go. There we go. Nope. Nope. There we go. Okay. So, to fix it. Dirt, 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 dirt. Hello from warm Chattanooga. Hello from cold Saskatchewan.
So cold.
It is cold.
I got another blasty February ahead of us.
Yep, it's gonna suck. It's cold here. Everything sucks. Wah. Do you want the heated blankie? Your corner's gonna be cold. Because I don't have the space heater on right now because I sweat when I'm doing lives. It's kind of stressful. Not in a bad way. It's just I'm stressed out about the tech. I'm stressed that I'm going to say something highly inappropriate. You know, let the intrusive thoughts win or something. I'm stressed I'm going to just burn everything down. So yeah, I sweat when I do these lives. It's fun. Okay. Now I'm going to fix the little heart because I think I want him. Even if I don't use it on the front of the card, there's a good chance that I will. Oh, and I know what else I want to do while I'm at it. Yeah, I want to stamp the sentiment too, which I don't think there's not a coordinating die for the little sentiments, but I'm just going to heat emboss. Oh, I'll get to that in a sec. The sentiment. Just give me a second here. There's always a method to the madness within reason. Okay. Anti-static powder. Thank you, Lorena. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. You say something inappropriate. Oh. Anyway. Okay. I was like, I lost my clear embossing ink already.
Sometimes your mouth is attached to the impulse center of your brain a little bit too much.
Yeah, the unpaid intern knows darn well what my and he has witnessed in real time me like getting myself in major hot water because of my big mouth. Okay, I want only part of this sentiment because right now this sentiment says more than chocolate and I don't feel like cutting it apart right now. I have no problem cutting apart my stamps. It freaks some people out so bad. I don't have a problem with it, but I just don't feel like it. So I'm just going to stamp it. So I only inked up part of it. Which again, wow, looks like nothing on camera. Looks like nothing in real life, but okay. Once we coat it with the embossing powder, it will make more sense. There we go. I should have used the MISTI to stamp these. That was dumb. They did need a second stamping. The sentiment is fine though, so that's fine. It also doesn't help that my ink pad, my clear ink pad, I need to re-ink it. It's because I use it a lot. And it's getting a little dry. So, good job, Amy. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, because the sentiment, it's linked. I haven't used, I haven't done nothing, but my plan is to use that sentiment die cut and then add love you more than chocolate, Anyway, that one's a dud. I call that a dud, but that one's working, so whatever. We'll just go with that. If I want to do another one, I can do another one. It's not a big deal. Half the reason I watch is the cards. The other half is listening and hoping for something inappropriate. Man, you guys stop trying to encourage me to be inappropriate. I am very innocent and demure. It'll slip out at some point, I'm sure. Anyway, okay. Good enough. It's it is what it is. Okay. Okay. So, what was I doing? Oh, we're going to stencil. You can color these, but there is a layering stencil set. And always got to like that because it makes life easier. Now, okay. Okay. I'm just seeing everywhere. Okay. This all makes sense. Everything makes sense. Everything should work. I got a grippy mat. I've shown this in many videos. I keep my grip mats stored in these little mesh bags. I don't take credit for this idea. This was Lydia Evans over at Altenew. She's only showed this and I was like, game changer. Because if you've ever fought with the bloody acetate on these grip mats, it's annoying. So I keep them stored in there now. And it's definitely a game changer. It makes life so much easier. And then I don't have to fight with that acetate, and I'm not cursing the world or cursing on a live stream when I'm trying to remove said acetate. Okay. Yeah, I'm very professional. I am very demure. I'm very demure and mindful. That's a lie. I am chaos incarnate. Okay. Derp. And then I need my blending brushes. Okay. We're gonna do some blending, and this is all gonna be mostly, should be pretty easy because I got my colors already picked out. Oh, but I lied. We'll get to the blending in a second. I want to stamp my background first because I want the ink to dry because it's going to look, the ink will soften and dry back. It's not the end of the world. But again, welcome to the chaos. So this is just some cream cardstock. I don't even think I put a link to it, but it's just cream cardstock, nothing crazy. Trying not to knock everything over. Okay, so I got that and that buttercream. I like this ink. I've used it in many videos and I've talked about it before. It's just it looks almost like orangey on the ink pad, but it's just a really pale buttercream color. And then I need my background. Where's my background? Where'd it go? Here it is. This is the Harlequin heart background, which if you stamp this like intense, this would work really nice for an Alice in, oh, because there is that Alice stamp set that Simon has, that Alberto Goff. Oh, I got ideas for another card. I'll get later. Later. Okay. But yeah. Anyway, this would work really nicely for an Alice in Wonderland theme card. So many ideas. Okay. It's like resting a bear trying to move those covers. Yes! Especially because you're dealing with great big, photopolymer grip mats, and like fighting with that acetate was driving me insane. It really was. And yeah, when Lydia showed, oh, just stick them in these mesh bags, I was like, literal game changer. It has saved me so much time. So worth it. Okay. We got our card base or card front lined up. Now, this is a brand new stamp because I just got it whenever. This was, I think, from the previous Simon release, so I think this was December, but I haven't used it yet. But when you have brand new photopolymer stamps, it helps to either rub your fingers on them. Altenew has stamp conditioning erasers. A white eraser works too. There's a coating on high quality photopolymer. It's part of the manufacturing process when they're rinsing out the stamps. And if you notice that the ink you're using on a new stamp is beating up on the stamp, it's just because the stamp is new and it's kind of repelling the ink. So doing that, rub your hands on it, use it several times and stamp it on scrap paper. That works too. But yeah, I'm not too concerned because this is just going to be the background and it's going to be very tone on tone, very subtle, very demure. Okay? Very demure, very mindful. I'm so demure. Okay. So, I just wanted to do this now because then this can sit and dry. And it's going to look a little patchy. I'll stamp it twice just to get better coverage because, again, a brand new stamp. Yeah, see, it's all patchy. That's because it's brand new. And also probably because I didn't ink it up very well, but I'm not too worried about it. Again, this is the background. It doesn't need to be perfect. And we're probably most likely going to be adding splatter, plus all the images, you know, all the things. So I'm not too concerned. Already so much better. Except for the one spot right there. I ain't too concerned about this. It'll be fine. Yep. And then we just gotta let it dry because these inks, whether it's Rainbow Spot, okay. For those that aren't aware, Simon Says Stamp, the company, Rainbow Splash is owned by them. It is just a line they did, gosh, it was like a year and a half ago now. Yeah, a year and a half ago. Of more sort of beginner friendly, but the formula is the same. So these, I use these interchangeably with these inks. They all work. They work great. I've done a bunch of videos using the Rainbow Splash inks. I like them. I keep them with my Pawsitively saturated inks. They all work the same. But they will smooth and dry back and soften a bit, so this won't be quite so intense. Do the grip mats stick together in the mesh bags? Oh, I'll show that in a sec. How I specifically do it. Because I don't have like a grip mat stuck to a grip mat. Because that's not fun either. Give me one. Let me get this out of here first. Derp. Okay. Because yeah, I do keep a couple of grip mats in some of the mesh bags, not in all of them. Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't really care. That's upside down. Who cares? Who cares? Okay. So, specifically for my Simon grip mats. You guys have a mess going on. Okay, there's my Simon grip mat. So I got the one side, and I keep the grid side of their grip mat. I keep stuck to the grid acetate that comes with it. But I don't keep any acetate on the front because I am not dealing with that. So the acetate side, because I have their other one, which is even slightly larger. Same thing, acetate. So when I put them in my grip mat, or in my mesh bag, sticky side, grip side, I put it in there. Doop. So the grippy side is touching the mesh, because that's what is so easy to remove. So then I've got the acetate, and then I do the same thing. So it's acetate touching acetate, and the grippy sides, and we're good. So I can keep two in there. And then with other ones, like I think I have another one that I keep two in. Isn't there? Is it this one? I'm trying to think. I don't know if any of my other ones have two in them. I have, oh, this one. I have the waffle flower ones. I do the same thing. Do you need multiple grip mats by multiple brands? No. I do this as a job. I work with a bunch of brands. So I literally have like 8 grip mats. And yeah. Anyway. So then with my Altenew ones, because I don't have the acetate on those, but the Altenew have this like, you know, texture grid side on it already. So I do the same thing. I keep the texture grid side touching the other one and the actual sticky side touching the bag so that they're not like stuck together into one amorphous blob. So that's how I do it. And then I've got separate bags for the different brands to keep track. Because, yeah, I has lots. They're all wonderful. All these brands are great. Choose whichever one, you know, works for you. There's a bajillion different sizes and yada, yada, yada. We got a lot of options. So that's how I do the grip mats. Thinking the Rainbow Splash inks will be great for my granddaughters to use and not break the bank. Yep. Like they're a good price. And even though they're the same, the Rainbow Splash, like I said, same formula. They're able to get a good price on these because Simon Says Stamp was big enough to order like bulk like massive quantities. So that brought the price down. And these I can't remember if they do cubes for these or if it's just the full-size ink pads. I don't even remember, you guys, but there's options. And they go on sale every once in a while too, which is, well, all things go on sale. Okay, back to what I was doing. So I did the background. Let's do some stenciling. I'm not sure what you mean, Jill. Yeah, I'm not. I've lost. Kathy lost her 6x6 grip mat. It's probably hanging out with my watercolor paper. Like,
getting drunk in a corner somewhere.
Yeah, most likely. I bet it's probably hiding with my watercolor paper because, you know, that's a thing. Okay, so. Oh, yeah. And these, so Simon's. Oh, I can show. There we go. So they've got etch lines on the stencil. And then they do have it labeled. So these are all the pieces because there's a line in between. So these are all the pieces for the small cupcake. And then it's like iced heart. That's that little dude. The starting pieces. It's hard to, there we go. Large cupcake. You know, I like that. I've talked about this with other brands that do, you know, the etch lines and they'll give label things and color ideas, even like light, medium, dark, whatever. Love it. The less thinking I have to do, the better it is for everybody. So we are going to start with this little cupcake, just like so. And I'm going to have to grab a different blending brush because this color is really light. Let's just use this one. Okay. Where's my, oh, there's my cloth. Okay, we're good. We're good. The MISTI came with a paper pad. Do you ever find you use the paper? I never use the paper pads anymore. I used to back in the beginning. When we had that, we didn't have grip mats and didn't have nothing. I used to, and so you'd see it in some of my old videos. I would use the grid papers in my MISTI, but haven't touched those things in forever. I keep them now on hand. I'll eventually use like scrap paper, that sort of a thing, you know? So yeah, I don't use the grid papers anymore. Okay, what am I doing? I was like, what am I doing? Okay, we're going to do just really simple ink blending. Just cuz. So we'll do that one. And then I'll do the same thing with this because I want to ink up the little heart embellishments with the peachy color. So I'm just going to use this buttercream ink on there. And I'll also use it, where's this? I was like the stem. The little stick we'll use for this one. Just a smidge. And I'm going to keep that. You know what? I'm going to use that for this too. Look at me going all light-handed with things. We'll pretend it was dipped in like white chocolate, basically. Oh, I'm just winging it. We'll just figure it out. Add a little bit of that. And that one I'm going to do chocolate. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So did that. I was debating tracking down the paper refill. Simon, I don't know if they still do. Simon Says Stamp did grid paper as well to fit the MISTI and the mini MISTI, and I have that here somewhere. I don't know if they still make it or not, but they used to. Cause yeah, when I used to use that stuff, that's what I used to do. Okay, let's get back to the actual cupcake. So we're gonna use cappuccino for the cupcake. I'm gonna make it because it's like a chocolate cupcake, because that's just generally what I do anyway. So we'll use cappuccino ink. Oh, these are going to be, it's so simple. I love it. And then this one is also the cupcake.
My cupcakes want me to make real cupcakes.
I know. I was going to make cookies yesterday and I never got a chance to. I was
We're going to have to make
buried in admin work.
banana chocolate chip waffles right away here.
Do we have ripe bananas? I was going to make. We do have a lot of bananas, but they need to be overripe before I can actually make.
They're only like a day away.
Okay. Well, once they get to that point, I'll make muffins. And I wanted to make cookies and everything. God, this is also, I need an assistant.
I can't assist.
Yeah, no, Chris can only do so much. He works full time. He helps out on the Sundays because we just have built that habit. Okay, I want to use the cookie color. Limiting myself sometimes to colors is a good thing, but it makes you have to stop and like think like what color do I want to place where. So I'm going to now use the cookie color for this little truffle dude. Also make sure, there we go. Make sure the etching is face up. Then things line up better. Who'da thunk? Follow me for more massive professional life-changing tips. Okay. So we use the cookie color for that. Yes. So got that. And then we'll use the cookie color for that one. So I just, there we go. I was like, where? There it is. It's right there. So we'll use the cookie color for this little cake pop. I honestly don't get what the obsession is with cake pops. I think they're disgusting. I hate cake pops. That texture.
The ones from like Starbucks are terrible.
Well, the ones from Starbucks are awful, but I don't like just cake pops in general because that's all it is you take cake, like leftover bits of pieces that you've trimmed off, and then you mush it up with basic buttercream, and you compact it so much. The texture, I can't do cake pops. I think they're disgusting. That's just me.
It's the texture worse than the flavor.
Yes, they taste great. I can't. I was like, gross, not my thing. Okay, then I'm gonna do those with the fawn color, so that'll bring that in, and then the little icing or the little like decorative bit I'm gonna do with the darker cappuccino color. I got plants. There we go. Oh, and I'm getting ink like absolutely everywhere, but you know what? That's yep. Stop taking my words.
No.
Okay, so we've got. We'll add the cappuccino colors, which is just slightly darker. See, it's just cute. I want to do that. No, I want to do that in the cappuccino color and heart and pink. No, I want to do that in cappuccino, and we'll just, again, overthinking. Maybe this is why I do need wine. Okay, so I'll add cappuccino to that one. Yes, and I'll even use it for the little highlight. There we go. And then that'll be pink. Pink. Yeah, this. Okay, now it's all gonna make sense, hopefully. And if not, well, whatever. Okay. Like that. I don't get the point of cake pops. Well, really, cake pops were just born out of like necessity. It was a nice way for like businesses, actual bakeries. Because yeah, when you're making cakes and you're trimming them down, you're left over with all that extra like cake trimmings. So making cake pops is a way to use that, and basically make a bit of money out of something you normally would have just thrown out. So then it became a thing, and I don't know, to each their own. I just don't like them. So I refuse. I won't make them. I don't like buying them. I'll get them for the kids every once in a blue moon as a treat. They like them, but I'm just like, gross. Okay, line up the sprinkles. Line up. There we go. Okay. So now we use the blush color. Super cute. Love it. Do the same thing. This piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. I need therapy. Okay. We'll come back to that piece. And then we've got the little hearts on this guy. Just like so. And then, oh, hello, Kathy. There's no football today.
There isn't?
I was like, that's the only reason Kathy's here, because I know football. She holds that above me. I don't think there is, because the Super Bowl is next week. Yeah. I still plan on going live on Sunday. I don't care. I went live last Super Bowl. I expect nobody to show up because, you know, I don't blame anyone. I do not blame anyone. I hope everyone has fun with the sports, and I hope the teams. I actually know who's playing. It's the Eagles versus the Chiefs again.
Is it?
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
So I actually know.
Nothing ever bad happens when those two teams are playing.
Generally, no. It's usually pretty decent. It's not, you know, it doesn't end up in like riots and stuff. Everyone just does a thing. I will say, I'm looking forward to seeing the clips afterwards of, I gotta stop and think, Jason Kelce. I'm looking forward to him. I assume the shirt will come off and he will be cheering and doing ridiculous things. That's all I'm looking forward to. And I look forward to the after party clips too, because, you know, him and there's a name for it, those fighting, like Mexican wrestlers, those masks they wear, there's a name for it.
Yeah, there is.
He was wearing one of those in like the DJ booth last, you know, that kind of stuff. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You know, that's all I care about. I don't watch football. Anyway. But yeah, I am planning
Luca
to...
Libre masks?
What?
Luca Libre?
Luca Libre, yeah. Yeah, that's what he was wearing. He was wearing one of those in the DJ booth and just like partying hard. Love it. So that's all I'm looking forward to. But yeah, hopefully everyone has a good sports day next Sunday. Go sports. And I just look forward to the little clips afterwards because, yeah, it is what it is. I don't actually care who wins. That's funny. Yeah, me neither. I just hope everyone has fun. Okay? Okay. Okay. I need this one. Like curling, I know, right?
So exciting.
Yeah, curling is my favorite clip of curling. Is that it was from a commercial where they did the beavers. Remember? Yeah. Curling and they're like riding on the rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was years ago.
That's an old commercial.
It is.
It's online though. It's funny. See, these are turning out super cute. Loves it. Okay. I am gonna need another lighter brush. But yes. Yeah, Lucha Libre. That was the mask that he was wearing. It was funny. No, I can use this one. I can just use this one again. I don't do sports ball. I know. I've been tempted to get a shirt that just says like sports to wear when there's, you know, something big going on, because we don't watch sport. That's not our thing.
Used to watch hockey.
Yeah, Chris would sometimes watches hockey and stuff and pays attention. I rarely, if ever.
Not for a long while.
It has been a lot of years. We'll tune in when Canadian teams are actually getting somewhere, but they haven't. When was the last time a Canadian team made it to the Stanley Cup? Wasn't last year. I don't even know.
Yeah, it was last year.
Was it? Did a Canadian team?
Yeah, Edmonton versus
Was it Edmonton?
Or was it Vegas versus Florida? I can't remember.
I don't remember. See, we don't watch. We don't watch sports. That's just whatever. Now Chris is looking it up.
Yes. It was Oilers. Yeah, it was Edmonton versus Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Duel in hockey.
Yeah, the classic duel in hockey. That's funny to me. That would be so weird. I still can't wrap my head around that, you know, like split, like down south states, Florida,
Vegas.
Nevada, etc. You know, and then it's like you're playing hockey.
There's like
you know.
teams in California, right?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them. It's just it's funny to me because it's like it's hot.
Yeah.
There's a reason why hockey's a thing up here. It's freezing. We can go. We literally have ponds not far outside our house. They're iced over that all have like ice rinks like
Yes, there's
scraped off.
3 of them right now.
Oh yeah, there's tons of them.
There's 2 other lakes in town that have
Yeah.
like dozens of them.
Yeah. Like we literally have outdoor ice rinks here, probably a couple dozen altogether.
Yeah.
At least a couple dozen, and our community is not very big. But it's because it's winter half the year. So I find that funny because it's like, yeah, I can't imagine like growing up in Florida and being like, I'm gonna play hockey. Oh, there we go. See? So cute. I think you'll be done. Oh, yeah. What time? I don't even know what time. Yeah. See, I don't even know what time the Super Bowl starts. I probably will be done before they even get going. Oh, this is one. I was like, what do I do? Are you looking it up like what time it starts? You.
What?
I was talking to you.
Oh no.
Oh, what time? What time does the Super Bowl start? Because I don't even know. What time does the Superb Owl start? Look how cute that is.
5:30 local. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're good. I'm going live on site. That's everyone. Yeah, we're good. Not like I care. I'd go live anyway. You know, I'll give the Super Bowl a run for their money. Man, could you imagine our lives if I could command ad rates like that on my videos? You know, just a few million.
I'll make the ads.
You'll make the ads. No, I'm talking about like if brands would pay me that kind of money to advertise. You know. I don't think I'll ever be that famous. I could hope, but I don't think a brand, Coca-Cola is not going to be like, yeah, we'll give you $8 million for a 30-second ad read. But I can hope, You never know.
If that ever happens, then, our aircraft carrier came in at that point.
I know, right? It would be nice. That's actually the thing I do look forward to is when the Super Bowls happen. So over the next week, we're going to see all kinds of crazy ads with like way too much money invested into them that are like some of the best ads ever, more often than not, Always a good time. Yeah, see, these are turning out really cute. Really cute. And a color combo I normally would not have thought of. That is faux show. Okay. There we go. Quick, simple, easy blending with all those inks. And then I think I talked about this in the video I posted yesterday. I can't even remember half the time. You guys, again, I don't remember half the things I say or do or whatever. But when I do stenciling, ink blending on top of anything I've heat embossed, when it's done, I just take my cloth and I buff over it to wipe away any ink that is sitting on top of those heat emboss lines, because you can't see it. It's not a big deal. The only reason I do this though is so that when I go to die cut it, because I'm going to use accordion wafer dies, I'm going to die cut everything, and if there's still ink sitting on there, the ink will transfer to your die cut plate. And if you're not paying enough attention, you go to die cut something else, and all that ink gets pressed into the next project. So that's, trust me, that's, ask me how I learned that one. So just wipe it off. Now we're good. Now we're good. And then I love the Budweiser frogs. Exactly. Like Who doesn't remember the Budweiser frogs? Like, yep, Bud.
It was the What's Up commercials. That
Yeah,
really
what's
stuck.
up?
Yeah,
Exactly.
those ones were-
See, and they're getting free advertising from me right now.
I know.
I should send them all a bill.
Those are like 25 years old now.
I
those
know.
commercials.
We're so old. We're so old. Oh my goodness. Luchador. Is it luchador or luchador masks?
Yeah, something. Like
That's what they are. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna die cut all these guys now. And I can probably do all my die cutting at once. So again, those watching live, if this set interests you, check it out because it's on sale. The stamp and die set, like half price. Always wonderful. I like that. So, and I have no idea how long that sale will last or while supplies. I don't know. I'm not in control of anything. Nobody tells me nothing. I have zero power. I just sit in my garage and make cards and swear. That's what I do. That's what I do. So I'm gonna line all these guys up. Just like that. And then I'm gonna take a sentiment label die for that one. Yep. And that one I'm gonna tape in place just cause to be better safe. Yes, the layering stencils also on sale separately. I have links to both. The stamp and die set and then the stencil set. And that's the only links I put up because the other like bundles or combos of the products are not on sale. Just the ones I linked to. Again, I'm not in charge of nothing. None of this was my decision. But I spotted that and I was like, ooh, sweet. That's a good deal, man. So they are on sale. No idea how long that will be for. So there we go. Let's run that through the die cut machine. I don't drink beer, no sales here. Honestly, we don't drink beer unless it's summertime for the most part.
Yeah. You get like a nice wheat beer with some orange moats in it. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a local brewery that does a good one, and we get that because there's nothing better than when you're outside in the summer heat and you're mowing the lawn. And both of us have been guilty of mowing the lawn with one hand, beer in the other,
Yes.
in the backyard.
Or during the evening when you're out
Yes.
in the pot, like the fire pit's going.
Yeah, we'll get our fire pit going sometimes. Sit around the fire, have a beer. Mm-hmm. It's just nice. I'm looking forward to that. Right now, you can't even see our fire pit. It's under snow. Don't even know we have one. We got like 4 feet of snow in our backyard.
More. It's probably getting closer to 5 in some places.
Possibly. We got a lot of snow in the last little bit. Is it snowing again today?
No, but it blew around.
Blew in some more, but yeah. Anyway, okay, we got all our little images die cut. Oop, everything's being a little weird. Okay, so we got images. We has a background. See, it's already lightened up quite a bit. It might lighten up a little bit more. And then we got all of these little guys. Kind of like stick things in here. Might save one for the end. Might save a couple for the inside. Because we also need to, the sentiment, or the die cut sentiment I want to use, which I didn't do ahead of time, so you guys get to sit and watch me die cut. It's like big. It's going to take up. So, I need to do that. I need to die cut that. So, let's do some mindless die cutting as I die cut layers. But one of it, well, this isn't mindless. This is pretty. Matte Gold cardstock for the win. I have multiple packs of it so that I never run out. I was going to say in this lifetime, but I wouldn't call this a lifetime supply. I would say this is more like a year. 6 months maybe. Because I use it a lot. And I save all the little bits because talked about that a lot. I save all my cardstock scraps no matter what, but I save all of my specialty scraps because even little tiny bits I can use to die cut little embellishments, like little hearts, little stars, little nowadays that now that we've got like 5 million wafer dies for different things. I have enough trouble driving my husband 0 turns sober. So we have a very small lawn. And if we had a big lawn and we had an actual like ride-on mower, I would not consume alcohol doing that. That's just asking for trouble. Because yes, I would end up like running over someone. Where's my... But yeah, we have a little just electric lawnmower that's really quiet. And yeah, it takes what, 30 minutes max to mow our backyard because our yard just isn't very big.
No.
It's pretty small. Okay, so I die cut from matte gold, and then of course, as is tradition, we want to die cut some layers from, and I should have done this ahead of time, but I've been busy, okay? Do 1, 2, maybe just one more will be enough. Just one more. Okay, just got that. And then that's why I pulled out the vellum at the beginning, which I need to find. We've got the vellum for the outline. Just like that. Okay. Just got that. And then we got that. My mom got 4 feet of snow in 12 hours the other day in North. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
last year we were like that. When we had no snow until like January, and then we got.
Yeah, but that was because last year was it La Nina?
Yeah.
Last year was a La Nina year, so El Nino.
Yeah, El Nino was the warm one.
Okay, yeah, that's what was going on last year. So we had no snow till about January, and then we got dumped on, and it was just so fun. But part of me would normally be amused when areas that don't really get snow gets a ton of snow because it's just like, haha, like look at you guys not knowing what you do. But when you live in an area that's not used to it, like I understand that. That would be like us getting a hurricane.
Yeah.
What would we do? We would be running around like chickens with our heads cut off. We would be losing our minds.
Or an earthquake or something.
Yeah, or an earthquake. Oh, I would lose my mind. I would be a mess. I would be an absolute mess. I don't know how people deal with that. The thought of one just freaks me out. So yeah, we don't deal. And heck, even tornadoes. They happen here, but it's extremely rare.
Yeah.
And
they show up and touch down.
Yeah, they're rare and yeah, they're not major. Like we don't live near Tornado Alley.
No.
I can't. Same thing. I cannot imagine. Cannot imagine.
They're more common now than they were years ago.
Yes, but that's because the weather's changing.
But that's.
But yeah, no, it's when it comes to snow and areas getting it that aren't used to it and like they've never driven in it. Like people always ask us, like, "Oh, how do you deal with it?" It's like we grew up with it, like our entire lives, dealing with snow and large amounts of it. It's just life. It's just what we do.
Every Canadian learns how to drive on the ice.
Pretty much, or they should learn how to.
They should learn.
That is something that needs to be changed. People shouldn't even be allowed to get their license until they have done extensive driving in winter conditions. Because, it's a thing. Okay. So, this sentiment is technically finicky because it's not all connected, but it also isn't very difficult to. And I should have done this like before going live because this is going to be a little bit tedious for the next little bit. But I guess that just means we can chat. In Arizona, we sometimes get California's leftover earthquakes. Yeah, I can't imagine.
The idea of the ground moving beneath
That's exactly what I was
It's just
thinking.
fundamentally wrong.
Yes, I think if I was ever in an area and an earthquake started to happen, I'm not sure if I would be able to be rational. I think I would probably just completely melt down and freak out because that scares me. Like, the idea right now of an earthquake is the idea I used to have as a kid, you know, when we used to think that quicksand was a thing we would have to deal with.
All the time.
Yep. We would have to know how to navigate quicksand. And I was always really scared as a kid. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get the quicksand in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
Like, those were supposed to be major parts of our adult life, and neither have come into play.
Unsolved mysteries never taught me about a normal life.
No. But, you know, I know to avoid the Bermuda Triangle and quicksand, you're supposed to, like, go flat.
Yeah. Honestly,
Why?
there's some skill exchange there because that's how you're supposed to navigate like thin ice too, right?
Well, I know how to that's just it. I know how to navigate thin ice because I'm actually, that's another thing I don't talk about that one. I'm basically a lifeguard. I have I was one course away from becoming a full-on lifeguard, and that was some of the training I had to do, was how you deal with like ice, and not fun.
Well, polar bears figured that out. They slide
Well,
on thin ice.
polar bears are very smart creatures. Polar bears are the only animals that actively hunt people. I learned that recently. Yep. And yeah, Churchill, Manitoba. Yeah, they keep there. That was another little tidbit I picked up just the other day. Chris and I are obviously watching the same things. But yeah, Churchill, Manitoba. They deal with polar bears, and they all keep their doors unlocked because if you accidentally happen to run into a polar bear, that's the easiest way to find safety is inside a vehicle. Because polar bears hunt humans. Babe, you want to go to Churchill?
No, really. I would have loved to go up there if the rail system was still intact up there. But
take the train to Churchill.
That would be a really
That's such a foreign concept.
But that rail line has been closed for a few years now, I think. So
I can't imagine living up there. That's so bizarre to me. Can you imagine just like going about your day? There's a polar bear.
I would imagine the summers up there are phenomenal.
Oh, the summers are probably gorgeous.
Like just being on like the Hudson Bay coast and stuff like that. It would just be so nice. You'd have like 19-hour days and stuff during like.
Yeah, but it's got to be really dark in the winter then.
Yeah, it would.
Okay, so I'm layering these together. I'm just getting like totally sidetracked with polar bears. The northern lights up there would be amazing.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. We get decent northern lights, especially this last year. We saw northern lights like we haven't seen since I was a kid.
Yes, that one time.
That big burst back in the summer was phenomenal. Like, I haven't seen stuff like that since I was a kid. That was fun. Okay. Stacking these together. That's what we're doing while we're talking about bears. That's a scary fact about polar bears. I know, right? And I learned that because it was David Attenborough was talking about it on a talk show when the National Geographic team was filming, you know, because that's what they do, you know, and they're filming no, it was the BBC team because they all do the nature stuff. But they were having trouble when they were filming, and because they were trying to predict like where the bears would be coming up and all this, and they couldn't figure it out for a while. And then they realized the polar bears were actually hunting the filming team. So that would have been fun. But yeah, polar bears, whereas all other animals are naturally suspicious of humans, you know, scared of humans, run away from humans. Polar bears are like, oh no, you're a snack. I'm going to hunt you now. So if you see a polar bear in the wild, I would be concerned. I would get the heck out of there. You know, get yourself in a vehicle where it's safe. Although that applies to most large mammals, you know. We've talked about this before on the channel. You go in places like the Rocky Mountains where you can see bears and moose and elk and wolves. None of those are photo ops, folks.
No, definitely not.
Leave the large animals alone. Moose are not friendly. Moose weigh over a ton, and they are on very long legs, and they are aggressive.
Especially if they got the babies.
Oh yeah, if there's any baby moose are enormous. I've been right next to one in a vehicle, and it's as tall as a truck. Like, moose are huge. I have encountered moose actually come close to our house. Every year there's a few that come down here, and you'll see them every once in a while.
Yep.
And yeah, we keep a good distance from the moose.
They go to the compost place because grass tastes so good, I guess.
Well, the grass, and there's a lot of shrubbery where they can like hide out and stuff, but they've come down here quite frequently, and every rare once in a while they end up in the city. Like at one point they ended up in one of the schools.
Yep.
That one broke through a window.
Really
yeah. Those poor kids, it just scared the ever-living daylights out of them. And we've got conservation officers that will come, and if they either try to gently like herd them out, or they will tranquilize them to put them to sleep and then move them out into the wilderness again. But yeah, moose. Fun. Okay, I've stacked everything with one layer, as is tradition. And then we're going to stack this onto the vellum. We had an elk almost charge our car when we were in the Rockies in October. Luckily, we aren't stupid and reversed very slowly. Good for you. Smart. Yep. You didn't get out and try to take a selfie with it.
I know.
I've literally witnessed that in the Rockies, like groups of people trying to take selfies with the wild animals. And I'm like, near.
With the bison, it's like that.
Oh, yeah. Bison. Oh, I saw people stopped inside the road when I saw bears. There's a couple of brown bears. This was before you. And there were people like getting out of their vehicle to try. And I was like, that's a bear. That's a wild animal. Are you stupid? People are stupid.
Not a Disney character.
Yeah, no. I was like, they have large claws. And, just leave the wild animals alone. It is not an Instagram opportunity. People, stop. Although at the same time, natural selection. Because with those ones, I have no sympathy for someone that gets mauled by a wild animal that was trying to take a selfie with it. Like, that one's Darwin's Law right there. Okay.
Yeah, moose are super fast. Like, they can go like 60 kilometers an hour.
I've seen a moose in a zoo recently. Oh yeah, moose are enormous. They're about, 12 feet on average high?
Yeah.
Moose are huge. People don't realize. Oh, the males are enormous. But even just a regular moose, like babies, are insanely tall. Like, they're huge. People don't realize how big they are. And the males, especially when they have a huge rack of antlers on them, they are unbelievably enormous. Mm-hmm. Like, I would be scared to run into one of those in the wild because they're usually angry.
And especially during like
mating season, the males are insane. And then when it's spring season and the mommies are having they are, just don't mess with the wild animals, people. Just leave them alone, okay? Oh, I messed up. Let's get that. There we go. But yeah, moose, bears, the occasional cougar.
I'd be more afraid of a moose than a cougar, to be honest.
Cougars are terrifying. We don't see cougars very often. No. They don't come down here. It's very rare to see one out here, but they're a little further north. You'll see them, or sometimes out in the brush. You can find them in the wild, but cougars are no. Any sort of big cat, those kind of freak me out because cats are mean.
We have a lot of coyotes.
Yes, we do have a lot of coyotes. Coyotes don't scare me.
No.
We
can hear them at night.
Oh yeah, we hear them all the time. They used to come when I first moved. I've talked about this. When I first moved to this area, there was no other houses around. Like, even this house we're living in didn't exist. And I used to be out riding my bike with the kids in the little trailer, and we'd be on our bikes, and like coyotes all over the place. Like, just on the walking paths, and they would run off as soon as they saw us coming, because thankfully my crew was a little noisy. The kids were screaming and yelling and all the things, so the coyotes would just take one look and they're like, nope, and run off. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm not concerned, but I wouldn't like approach one either. So yeah. That's like the Aussie kangaroos, koalas, etc. Yeah, same thing. I wouldn't go near kangaroo. I want to visit Australia someday. But I've seen enough videos of kangaroos. They're insane. They scare me, especially the males. No, thank you.
The thing that scares me most is the cassowaries. They're like...
Yeah, cassowaries are insane. Australia has some of the craziest creatures, because it's not just mammals. Like they got spider. How do y'all live in that? Just how? I used to be friends with someone, and she sent me a video. This was again years and years ago, and it was like a spider eating a snake outside her front porch. Something. It was just insane. No, she had a parrot, and a snake came and ate it.
Really?
Like I was like, why do you live there? It's so bizarre. Oh, they had a bobcat come visit. Yeah, bobcats. Bobcats are so cute. But if I saw one in the wild, I would stay very far away from it. But they are cute, but their paws on them. But yeah, I think bobcats are adorable, but I still would never approach one in the wild. Yeah, Australia just... Kangaroos have huge... Kangaroos just have huge muscles in general. Kangaroos are just bizarre creatures. You know, they really are. And same thing, the male ones are mean and aggressive. Like, yeah, okay. So, back to what I was doing as I was like yapping about all the ridiculousness. As is tradition, I'm adhering a die cut layer to the back of the vellum underneath all of this, because that's going to pop that vellum up just that little smidge, which will give a little bit of extra dimension. Plus, doing it this way means I can put my adhesive on the cardstock and not have to try and trace on the back of the vellum. I got hair stuck to my magnet. That's annoying. So, yeah. Yeah, we got lots of spiders, snakes, and bugs. Oh, yeah. Austria, I don't know how people live there. I always kind of laugh when we used to watch those like compilation videos. It's like the 10 deadliest creatures on the planet. 9 of them live in Australia. I'm like,
so weird.
You know, I was like, why? Why is this? Like, it's so insane to me. Thankfully up here, most of the deadly creatures are quite large and they prefer the wilderness and, you know, not near people, so we don't have to deal with it. And I'm okay with that, you know?
Mind you, Australia has duck-billed platypuses for sure.
Yeah, they do have duck-billed platypus.
Immediately cute and very, very...
Duck-billed platypus are just weird creatures.
Yeah.
There's so many weird creatures over there. I would like to visit Australia someday. And New Zealand. Oh, love. Like, someday. But if I see any massive spiders, no. Don't know how anyone does it.
I think camping there, especially in the northern part.
Oh, yeah, no camping. No, thank you. I'm not going to camp. I'm not stupid enough to put myself in the wilderness. Like, shh. Yep. Okay. There we go. So, we did all of that. That's exactly what I'm doing right now, applying a layer under the vellum. It helps. It makes a difference. I've seen a video of a giant snake coming up from the toilet. Oh, we've all seen those videos and they're disgusting. Literally, snakes don't necessarily bother me, but I've never had to like deal with a large one ever. The biggest snakes we have, well, we do have rattlers. We have rattlesnakes here, but they are extremely rare.
Only generally
and more southern part of the province. They're not something we see common. We get garter snakes, and the biggest one I've ever seen, I think, was like a couple feet, maybe. I used to pick up garter snakes as a kid. In fact, we found them, what was that, 2 years ago now?
2 years ago, yeah.
It was on the street, like right in front of our house, was a garter snake, and Chris was just a little skeeved out, and I just grabbed a broom and was just like encouraging it to go across into the empty lots, and I would have picked it up, but I was like, I don't want to like scare the thing. But yeah, snakes don't really bother me, but if there was like a large one, like same with Florida, pythons that people have introduced there. Gators. How? Seriously?
I know, right?
Can you imagine going in your backyard and there's just a gator? Like, what the heck? I can't. I don't know how people do that. It just freaks me out. Yeah, no. Okay. Back to the Bigfoot. Yeah, you never know. There's probably a Bigfoot around somewhere too.
Oh, they live on Vancouver Island, I'm sure.
Oh, is that where Bigfoot is now?
Yeah,
is on Vancouver Island?
Vancouver Island, where there's like nobody there.
Yeah, there is nobody up there. It's like very remote.
It is.
It's gorgeous out there. It's another place people should visit if they've not had a chance, is Vancouver Island. It is beautiful. And hopefully we can get a chance to get out there. It is a like 24-hour drive from here. People don't realize how big Canada is. But yeah, Vancouver Island is beautiful. Okay, so we've got that. I think I will put that one here. Yeah, and then the other pieces. See? It's coming together. Gloria has gators in your backyard sometimes. Ah! How do you deal with it? I could not imagine. I would just... part of me, if I was inside and safe. But at the same time, I don't know if I don't know how y'all, like, how do you just leave your house? Like, there could just be a gator. That's so weird. That's so crazy. Chaos. Okay, I'm gonna trim this down. I'm gonna take like 1/4 inch off each side. Why not? So this is gonna be 3 3/4 by 5 inches. There's my little panel. Nutria wrap. Oh, you guys have so many crazy stories. Gators are just dinosaurs. They are. They totally are. They are 100%. I just nope. Just no. Can't do it. Won't do it. Can't make me. Freaks me out.
For 200 million years.
Oh, they're fascinating creatures. It blows my mind that people just live around that. Like, yeah, they're just like, oh, they're playing golf and there's a gator on the golf course. It's like, what is happening? Okay. So we got all our bits and pieces. So now I just kind of figure out how I want to lay them out. Stick that one like up like that more probably. And then that one maybe over there. And then we'll have two. And then we'll be able to like maybe tuck that guy in there. And then we'll be sticking that there. But we also want to add some splatter, of course. Of course. So I want to adhere all of these pieces. I'm just praying the iguanas stay in south. Oh, people, y'all just keep your creatures down south.
I know, right?
Oh, it's so nuts. It's so nuts. Okay. Hear that? Ew, flying cockers. No. Just no. Greeblies and creepy crawlies and rodents and gators and kangaroos. There we go. I prefer cute little creatures, okay? Stick that one like up there. I want to leave the sentiment off until I do the splatter. Okay. And then I used to have an iguana as a pet. He thought he was a dog. That's hilarious.
That is funny.
Okay, so got things adhered. Those I'm going to put on the inside. That. Now we need to splatter. Where is my splat box? Okay. So we're going to do some gold splatter first. Where's my... Yep. We'll use some of that. And then maybe do some of that. Let's just see what happens. Okay. So we'll start with some picket fence, liquid gold, paper splatter, water. Oh, and I forgot the rules. We all know.
Oh,
there we go. Yep. I guess that's one of the good things when I'd have to do the menial stuff like adhering cardstock. That's where we sometimes have some of the best conversations. Because then I'm not, because when you're doing mindless tasks, my brain can just go all over the place. Woo! Which isn't always a good thing, but it does lead to some interesting combos. Add a little bit of that.
Embrace the chaos.
Yep. Yes. Add some of that. Rats of Extraordinary Size, aka The Princess Bride. Yeah.
Oh man,
yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
We could add it to our list to watch again. It's been many years.
I want to watch it with the kids though.
Like, I mean, we could. I don't know if the kids would even enjoy it though.
It's probably not really for them. It was more of a...
Like, we would watch stuff like that when we were younger, but some of these movies that, that we enjoyed as kids, our kids are just like, ew, why? They have good options now, though. We didn't. We were lucky if we got one cartoon movie a year. Yeah. Like, we still got to get the kids to watch The Goonies.
They're good enough.
Yeah. I love The Goonies. Such a good, one of my favorite movies. I'm just going to speed up the drying of the splatter before I add. Because I think this needs 2 types of splatter.
It's funny because I'm never really upset when Cindy Lauper comes on like Spotify.
Oh, I love Cyndi Lauper. She's Cyndi Lauper. She's the queen. I love it. Like Cyndi Lauper and Dolly Parton, Cher, some of these OG and like Reba McEntire even, like all these women that like just queens, all of them. Love it. Love their music. Pops up and I'm just like, yes. Okay. We had gold. And then I want to do a little bit. Oh, first I was like, you kill what? You kill my... Yes. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Yep.
You don't happen to have 6 fingers on your right hand.
Classic. So I mushed some of the ink. And then I'm going to add a little bit of white gouache to it. You can technically splatter with just ink. However, and I've kind of talked about this, and this is getting into me sort of splitting hairs, but I happen to like splatter a lot. I happen to be very, well versed in it. You might say I am a professional splatter person. I don't know. When you splatter with just dye ink, any ink for the most part, the way it hits the cardstock, and then because it's an ink, it immediately soaks in, and it'll create sometimes a fuzzy, like around the edges of the ink splatter, because this is not, the gold is different. It'll sometimes just, it looks weird sometimes it turns out great, and other times it's like, what the heck? And it's because it's the way it's soaking in, and it's mixed with water, so it kind of gets almost like fuzzy, and I don't like it. So if you mix it with something like gouache, the gouache, because it's got binders and pigments in it, it sits on top more. So you just, okay, I'm splitting hairs, and people are probably like, good Lord, lady, you really are crazy. Never said it wasn't.
Nope.
Yep. So anyway, I might add a darker brown to this though, because this is gonna because when you're adding anything to white, it's going to lighten significantly as it is. I need a really dark brown ink to get this to where I want it to go. So let's do cocoa. Okay. There we go. Let's add some darker brown so that I can mix. Yeah, this is what I want. This is what I want. Much better. So yeah, and if you're mixing with white gouache and you want a certain color, you're always going to have to use something darker than you planned because you're adding to white to it, and white will significantly lighten it. Okay. Yeah, I'm a professional splatterer. Whatever, you know? I gave that title to myself. Who cares? Okay. And it just adds texture, and I just like it, you know? Do you need to do it? No. If you don't like splatter, don't do it. Like, it is what it is. So, clean off my brush. Too late, Amy, we gave you our rattlers. Oh, I know, right? But thankfully, for the most part, you know, that's one of the joys of the fact living up in Saskatchewan, where it gets very, very cold, is a lot of the creatures down south won't survive up here. Now, if someone manages to hybridize a gator to survive negative 50 temperatures, I'll have some words with that person.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Yeah, you know, and same with the spiders. If someone manages to, you know, get them to survive the crazy cold temps, then I'll have some words, all right? But until that day happens, and I'm sure it is only a matter of time, you know, it is what it is. But there, so we got splatter. Okay, and I think I missed. Can you splatter oxides without gouache? Yes, for the most part, yeah. Distress oxide inks, I've splattered with them a lot. They're kind of the exception to my whole spiel about the way, because again, oxides have pigment in them. So a lot of it still sits on top. So, but again, you can splatter with anything. Like, you can use straight inks, Just, it kind of depends on things. So if you're finding that you're using just an ink, a dye ink, you add some water and you add splatter and it looks really weird, that also might be the cardstock you're using, because that is part of it. Sometimes it looks just fine, and other times the cardstock background, whatever, it just makes it go bloop, and it just looks weird if it looks like fuzzy, and you know. So but that's the reasons for things. Again, splatter. But yeah, some people don't like splatter, and that's okay. I got so excited about asking her to white and a black not only once but twice. Well, you know, if you splatter as much as I do. I was joking when I ordered these that I was like, oh my gosh, this is like multiple lifetimes, because they are. I didn't realize when I ordered them, because I'm used to bottles being. Where's my other little? Here we go. Because most tubes are like this, like 14, 15 mil. You know, like that's what I was expecting. This is a normal quantity of like gouache, watercolor, etc. And then I got the order, and it's just this enormous, and I was like, oh, it's 50 mil, not 15. But you know, I've already used like a good amount of it. Same with my black one, which I had. Was I gonna add black spotter? No. Don't need to add black spot. We're good. We're good. Everything's good. I can back off. So yeah. These and especially now that I've started mixing it with my inks and different things, I've been getting a good use out of this. I love it. I love it. Okay, we're gonna adhere. We'll adhere the sentiment. Do I want to cut that down? Or do I want to keep it? I think I just want to adhere it like right to this background. That wasn't the plan, but it just seems like that's what's going to work. So, because this glue hasn't fully adhered yet, I can kind of tuck it underneath like that. There we go. Still managed to get schmutz on it. Good job, Amy. There's our sentiment. So I can snip off the little bits hanging over the edges. So got that. And then we can adhere that sentiment. And this was why I put the cardstock on the back. So now I can just add some glue to the cardstock and I do not have to worry about getting glue on the vellum. Because again, adhesive, especially liquid glue, shows through vellum and it's not pretty. So you either have to carefully trace behind your die cut, you know, to hide the glue, or do like this, which is just, I find this is way easier. And then this makes the vellum float a little more, so it just pops, just a smidge. All right. Okay. Now I'm gonna put magnets on top of this. Derp. And what did I have a link to the splat box, but again, you can use anything. Literally anything. This one is the like official splat box with an L. Not, you know, just to poke that bear. But yeah, it's just like that. Tim Holtz did a video on it, whatever, because this came out 9 years ago, something. It's been years. I think I've had this splat box longer than I've had the unpaid intern.
That doesn't make me feel very good.
I love my splat box, okay? So I've had a longer relationship with this than I've had with him. Literally, this specific one, because mine is like stained. But yeah, you can use any. You don't have to use. This is convenient, and I do like the slope sides. They ship it flat. It's like $5. And yeah, I've had mine for like 8, 9, 10, however many years since this became a thing. But you can cut down any box. You could use a plastic, like a plastic tub, you know, a shoe storage type container, anything really. The only reason I don't use a plastic one is when I like this. A plastic one you can technically clean out. But my issue with that is if you don't clean it out, like wipe it out, things are going to take 10 times longer to dry. So if you put another project in it, you know, you're going to have liquid splatter, mess and stuff up. But yeah, you can use any box. Like, you don't have to use the splat box. I just like it. And because of its slanted sides, I can easily tuck it under where my knees go. There's like just a perfect spot for it. So I love my splat box, but any cardboard box will work. So yeah. Yeah, Chris is now jealous of the splat box.
No, Bruce, jealous, no. You two have had a lot of good times together.
I have had many good times with my splat box, okay? Just don't make me choose between splatter and you, because just don't, all right? Okay, so I did that, and then I don't know if I want to do that. I was going to do Nina Desert Storm cardstock for my card base, but I wasn't sure. Let me... Oh, yeah, I like the Desert Storm better. I think this is Concord 9th Watermelon, I think. I'm not even sure, but I'm not using it. I want Desert Storm because a good craft cardstock base for the win. And it just makes, because I did keep this fairly neutral. The pink was too pink, too much pink, which says something for me. Anyway, I use a paper towel. I thought, yes, you could do that. Yeah, if you use a plastic box for splatter, laying some paper towel in it or some just scrap paper, that works too. Will help prevent the messes. It is all, there's so many options. Do whatever one works for you. So I like my splat box. I have a backup. It's tucked in somewhere. You know, I still haven't switched over, even though mine is so like built up. I need to, but what am I doing? I'm making a card base. That's what I'm doing. Okay. There we go. Where's my phone folder? It's right there. Don't need that anymore. So this is going to be a top folding A2 note card. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. And for those that wonder, because every once in a while that does happen, it's like, why is that such a popular card size? The reason A2 cards are so popular in North America is because most of our paper and cardstock is 8 1/2 by 11 inches. And if you cut it in half and fold it in half again, it makes an A2 card. That's why they became popular. Because we talked about this, I think it was last Sunday's live, when it comes to paper manufacturing and the fact that America decided to go completely off the rails and make completely nonsensical sizes that don't make sense. Because in Europe, their A2, A4, et cetera, sizing all makes sense. It's mathematically like increases in equal amounts. And it's on the metric system. And then America was like, no, let's do letter size and then legal and this and that. And none of it makes sense. Is what it is. And Canada followed suit and we do the same thing. So yeah, cardstock 8 1/2 by 11 inches. But yeah. Ooh, this is turning out good. I'm having fun with this. Okay. How do you decide which fold type to use? I assume you mean like top folding or side folding. I do top folding 99% of the time. Convenience. And we started doing that as makers, as content creators, because we used to take all our photos like straight like this way. And so then we started doing top folding cards because they would angle sort of nicer and they would stand up a little nicer and it was easier to take photos. And then that all changed when like flat lay became a thing. And then we all take our photos, most of us anyway, take our photos like straight down. So then it's kind of irrelevant. But I like top folding cards. I don't know. I've been doing it for so many years, like 20 years of doing top folding cards. It's rare that I do a side fold. And yes, the top fold also does stand just a little nicer. Whereas, you know, a side fold, it's just is. But either one, there's no right or wrong, especially with that. Do what works for you. So yeah, I like the top. As a US person, you're welcome. I know, right? I don't overly care. Like, I'm fine with the paper sizes, everything. And that's why I fully say it in all my videos now. Like, I'm doing a top fold A2, 4 1/4, 5 1/2 inches, because A2 means something in different parts of the world. And I used to have some Europeans after me over that, and they're like, what are you? And I'm like, I don't. And then I did my research, and I was like, oh, yeah, I get it. So it just is what it is. And we got to do the inside. I was like, I'm getting just on so many sidetracks and random missions. Do I want to add another little? Let's add, because we're going to stick these guys on the inside. Love you more than Charlie. Let's just do the little XOXO. But let's do it with the... Oh yeah. We'll gold heat emboss it and then we can die cut it because there's a coordinating die for this little guy. So let's do that. There we go. I'm still a new card maker. I'm more skilled at jewelry making and painting on canvas. You'll have fun with it though. You know, there's when it comes to card making, do what works for you, honestly. There's rules, but there's also not rules. You know, I tell people that the rules in the sense of This is the color theory. This is, you know, a dye-based ink and yada, yada, yada. The rule of 3, uneven numbers, all that stuff. But at the same time, it's like, once you know the rules, they're meant to be broken. When it comes to art and card making and crafting in general, it's nice to be aware of the rules and then break them, honestly. Like, ain't nobody gonna come knocking on the door over it. They're good to know in the sense of design and composition and all of that. And then once you know the rules, then you know which ones you can break, which is pretty much all of them. And I consider it my job to just inform people, like, this is why this was formulated this way. This is why this works with this. Unplug your heat tool. That's a rule you shouldn't break. Where's my clear embossing ink? So yeah. But there's no other, like, generic rules, you know? I like top fold too, but I find, oh yeah, people get confused when you give it to them. Yes. Like, I like top fold, but, and yeah, I've experienced that, giving someone a card and then they're like, they tried and it does confuse them, but whatever. Like, you know, might confuse them for a second, but it's like, really, is that the worst thing that's happened to you today? Cause yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I use my anti-static powder tool, stamp this a few times with clear embossing ink, because again, I gotta re-ink my clear embossing ink, and then I'm gonna use poor unpaid intern. He's fine.
I'm very poor.
Yeah, he is very we're very poor.
I'm so unpaid.
He is very unpaid. Actually, I should get you that t-shirt from Bridesmaids. Help me, I'm poor. Because yeah. Look, he gets paid in snacks, right?
I do, but
I can't afford to pay him actual real monies. That's why he has a real job, a big boy job. Love it. Love it. Okay. So then we just need to die cut this little guy. Burp, burp. And yes, I always do the insides of my cards. Again, it's just personal preference. Not everybody does it. In fact, I think most don't, and that's fine. I do because it was a habit I got into many years ago. And now for me, it's a mental thing. A card isn't finished until the inside is finished. I always got to add something. And the only thing that sucks about that is it does mean more work. It's like, man, I could put out so much more content and get so much more done if I wasn't finishing the insides of my cards. But too late. I set a precedent and I can't go back on it, and I'm okay with that. Otherwise, he would starve. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm wasting away.
Yeah, he's totally wasting away. No, that's why I bake too. I make muffins and cookies because Chris does most of the cooking. That's how I'm able to work as much as I do. But so I make the good stuff. And then that's why he likes helping out in the lives, because he knows I'll probably bake some cookies, make some muffins. There we go. Let's do, maybe we're going to go like that. There we go. See? Yeah, that's going to work. And then, so yeah, I do the insides, but I do keep them somewhat similar. Every once in a while, I will go all out and like really add everything but the kitchen sink to the inside too. It just depends on my mood and what I'm making. But even if it's just really simple and just stamp a sentiment, call it a day, that's fine too. It just depends on all the things. But yeah, we're gonna go like that and adhere those on the inside. Baking, yeah. I don't like cooking very often.
Cooking's fun.
I don't mind it when it's you and me. When we're cooking something for just us,
Yeah,
which we don't get to do very often, that's like, it's fun. Because when we're doing that kind of stuff, I'm the cook and Chris is my sous chef. Because he'll do all the mise en place and everything else. And then I really do enjoy it because I'm not a fan of the tedious stuff. I'm having to sit there and chop vegetables. I'm just like, no. So yeah, he'll be my sous chef, and we'll make some. We got to do that one of these days because I need to make chicken and dumplings again one of these days.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in a long time.
Not in a while. With the cold
Again,
being here.
yes, when it's cold, it's like good for dumplings and soup and stews and all the good things. I need foam tape. But yeah, that's also why I need an assistant and more hours in a day. I don't have enough time, and I'm knocking things over. Whatever. Okay. So we're gonna pop this up with some foam tape and then add maybe a little bit of bling, and then we'll be done. This today ended up going a little longer than I planned because I got busy yapping with talking about gators and bears in the Super Bowl.
Gators and bears in Super Bowl, oh my!
Today was crazy. Random chaos. It is what it is. But while I'm doing this, you can go through and pick a winner that I can mail the card to. The tittle. Should you have free the tittle, man? Free the tittle. I hate doing the dishes after cooking. Oh, yeah, that too. I clean up as I go. And I'm still trying to get the unpaid intern to learn that concept. And everyone else in this household. It's like, it makes a huge difference. Because, yes, when you have a pile of dishes after you're done cooking or baking, you know, the worst. The worst. It sucks. So, yeah, I try to clean as I go. It makes life easier. I may still need to come live on your street, my Kia. Yeah, you would. That would only work in the warmer months. You would freeze otherwise. Okay. That's why you have kids. Yeah, you know, kids are only so good. It's just as much work getting them to do it and then getting them to do it properly, you know? And then trying to convince them that these are life lessons that you need to learn because, as I told the kids, not just recently, it was like, dishes are never going away. You will be doing dishes for the rest of your life. The look of like betrayal they gave me as I was saying that. I was like, you're always going to eat. You're always going to need to do dishes unless you get super rich and can pay someone else to do it for you.
Yep.
You know?
That and laundry.
Yeah. It's like, unless you're going to become, you know, a brain surgeon or something with lots and lots of money where you can hire housekeepers and cleaners and, you know, a chef. Okay. So I popped that up with some Big Mama foam tape, and then I was going to add maybe just a smidge of bling. We'll see. I don't know yet if I for sure need it or not. And laundry. Yes. Dishes and laundry. Like, they ain't going anywhere. It all needs to get done. So, I've got some little gold confetti. Pop those on there. Yeah. We'll just add a few of those little guys before I knock that over. Here we go. If they don't do it right, then they have to do it over. Yep. I gotta learn. Things need to get done. And then, yes, again, trying to convince children that if you do it right the first time, it's actually less work than trying to slack off and thinking you can outsmart your mother, who is an OCD neat freak. You know? Again, the joys. So we'll just There we go. I did it. And a color combo I normally would not have like done on my own. Totally worth it. This was fun. This was fun with 6 kids. I did 6. Oh yeah, we generally will do laundry now on weekends, and it's like a line of laundry hampers out our little laundry room down the hallway. A literal line. It's like a train. And it just all weekend. And especially when you're stripping the bedding. Oh, laundry never ends. It never ends. I would kill to, like, those times when you see people that have 2 washers and 2 dryers. I'm just like, oh, like, you must be super rich. I would love it. That would be amazing. That, oh, game changer. Anyway, that was our finished card. We got bling and splatter and yummy little chocolate treats. And then the inside, it's all cute. This was so fun. This was fun. And it was fun chatting with everybody. Today was random. Let me switch over to... There we go. There I am. Okay, who won?
An Ann from Spokane, Washington.
Spokane? That's how you pronounce it, right? Spokane, Washington? Or is it Spokane? I think it's Spokane, isn't it? Anyway, Ann in Washington. And this will hopefully get mailed out maybe this week. No promises. You know, I got caught up, but, you know, my track record precedes me. And I know last year, you know, sometimes it would take me a month or so to get live stream cards mailed out. But yeah, I'm all caught up to today. So hopefully the ones that I mailed out, that was Friday. Because I'll post a little image of that on my socials because it's just something I like to do. But yeah, I mailed out all of the live stream winners from like when the postal strike started. So that was November up until the last live from last week. So those all got mailed out officially on Friday. And then I'll get this one mailed out hopefully this week. But we got a lot on our plates. We have so much to do. Yep. So many things. It never ends.
Never ends.
Again.
Come wave to
Okay.
Details.
Thanks to the unpaid.
Oh goodness.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks to the unpaid intern for helping.
Never understand that reverse.
I know. You don't, because you don't sit in front of the camera. That's my job. That's my job. Oh, I almost lost the stamp.
I have to turn it off, kind of thing. If I ever see myself like in a work meeting or something.
You don't like having your camera on for work meetings?
I can't stand it.
It's so funny. I don't blame you. I didn't like having a camera on my face, but then you just get used to it after doing this for 15 plus years and having multiple cameras on your face. I just don't care. Like, I don't wear makeup. It's rare that I even bother to put makeup on anymore for my lives because I just don't care. Don't care. Same with my pre-recorded videos. I sit down and I am a hot mess. Film that intro. I don't care.
What a boss.
I even turned off my camera has that like thing that phones do. It's like skin smoothing. I shut that off. I had it because I had to reset a bunch of stuff when I was having tech issues. And I was like, why do I look I was like, my skin looks amazing. But I was like, it doesn't look like that really. I shut that off. I was like, I will not do any false advertising. I will not even falsely advertise that my skin is great. Like, screw that crap. That it gets, feminist rant, man. Airbrushing and all of that stuff, especially in advertising, should be illegal. Because, you know, us women have enough to deal with without always being presented with complete fake crap. So, yeah, I just can't be bothered. Can't be bothered. Just is what it is. So I'll hang around for a little bit. And this one was really fun learning about the animal kingdom. I'm not kidding when I say welcome to the chaos. You never know what kind of absolute random crap you're going to learn or hear, because you might not learn things, or you might just learn what not to say and do.
That's always a possibility.
Yep, you never know with me. But I may be just 3 trash pandas in a trench coat. But the other thing is I am full of just random useless information. Like the whole polar bears hunt humans thing. Is that going to help anyone? Probably not. Although I swear, if one of you ever has a polar bear, like in real life experience, and has to dive into a vehicle, I do fully expect flowers and a box of chocolates as a thank you.
Maybe send one to the bear too for not eating.
Yeah, and send one to the bear too. Because if I save a life with that random little info, I will consider my, my job here on Earth as I did good.
We have those weird hybrid bears too. The ones that polar bears come south and meet grizzlies and.
Ooh, polar bears and grizzlies?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they're like weird hybrid ones.
They would be weird hybrids. I've never seen one. That kind of bear would give me pause.
They're not genetically different enough to.
Because grizzlies are same thing. You ever see a grizzly bear, you keep your distance. Don't mess with the bears, people. Oh yeah, but grizzlies. They don't necessarily hunt humans, but they're huge. They don't care.
No.
But yeah. I like bears. Chris is not a fan of bears.
I am not a fan of bears.
Chris does not like bears. But at the same time, I have a healthy respect for them. Like, I'm not going to jump out of the vehicle and be like, here, little bear, squidge it. I'm not that stupid. Even though I would like to. They're fluffy, okay?
Like other animals, I'm not too scared of. Like, we were down in Yellowstone and a buffalo stuck its head through like an open window and I gave it a whack with a shoe. And it was surprised, but it left immediately.
Well, yeah.
But bears,
you surprised them. Yeah, you just don't mess with the bear. Just don't mess with wild animals, folks. Like, leave them alone. No taking selfies, just especially if it's a wild animal in the wild. Like, just leave it alone. I cannot wrap my head around because it pops up constantly on social media. Idiots, someone filming another idiot, like standing in front of a bison, trying to take a selfie. And I'm just like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the card. This was fun. This was chaos and randomness, but what else is new, honestly? Like, that's just me in a nutshell. And yeah, as per usual, I will have many videos coming this week, as always. Because yeah, it's February now. Hoi. So we got releases coming. We got Waffle Flower has a release coming because they're always on the 5th of every month. Stay tuned for that. It's super cute, as per usual. It's got Waffle Flower. Pretty Pink Posh has a release. That's later this month. Altenew. Altenew's February release. So good. Oh, excited about that one. And yeah, the Wildflower one, amazing. Pretty Pink Posh, amazing. All my regular videos, amazing. One thing you can take a picture with I don't know how you pronounce that. The quokka? Is that how I don't know how to pronounce it, but I've seen, okay. That little wild animal, I would break all rules. They are just the happiest little creatures I've ever seen. I would probably cry if I saw one like in the wild, in real life, like in front of me. I would probably start crying because they're so cheerful looking. They're so cute. Oh, love it. So yeah, I would take photos with them. And yeah, they're those types of creatures that are just adorable looking. There's some out in the wilds, that are adorable looking but are actually lethal. And I'd probably be that idiot that I'd be like, with my phone and get like eaten or something. I don't know. Quokka. Okay, quokka. Yeah, they're cute. They're so cute. Oh, so cute. Seriously, love them. That's what I would like to see in Australia. Like to go there. I want to go there to see the quokkas. Like, I would be so happy. I would be so happy. Someday we would like to go to Australia. It's a very, very long flight. I think it takes it's over 17 hours, I think, to get from here because we have to fly from here. Generally, the flights are from here to Vancouver, BC, and then you fly from like Vancouver to usually Tokyo and then down to Australia. Like it is because we're on the other side of the actual planet. So yeah, it's a major, major trip. And it's also very expensive. So someday I would love to go to Australia. It's on my bucket list. And New Zealand. Oh, love. Someday. Um Oh man, Rotsness. Yeah, they're only on that one little island. Yeah, if I ever get to go, that's definitely one of the places I want to go so I can see the little quokkas because they're adorable. And they have so many deadly bugs. I will have a hard time like being there. I know I will be constantly on alert for all the bugs and creepy crawlies and just but it's a beautiful air. Like, oh, every time I see photos and videos from Australia, I'm like, oh, someday. Someday. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I appreciate you guys for took me 36 hours from Boston to Perth with layovers. Yeah, like with layovers, everything, it is like more than a full day of traveling. Like, yeah, usually 1.5 up to 2 days to travel from this side of the world to get all the way there. It's it's a lot. And I can't even imagine. Um I know they have really big spiders. I don't know. I don't know. I might not be so bad though when they're really big. Like you can see them coming, you know. So whatever. It's not like I'm planning on going to Australia anytime in the near future. Like I'm gonna have to save up for a lot of years to be able to um, do that one. But anywho, I appreciate you guys. Like you guys are just. I'm so distracted today. What a day. I appreciate you guys tuning in to my live streams and yeah, interacting and those on the replay that watch them all the way through. I appreciate you too. That it's awesome. I love it. And yes, unplanned lives. I do hope to do more of them just here and there, and try to give people as much a heads up as possible. Um yeah. And those are random. The unplanned ones that are just wherever could be like anything from card making, like I was saying at the very beginning. Um I do have a lot of like swatching to do. I still have to finish my distress watercolor pencil palettes because I started doing a new one. I talked about this. I think it was on my Friday live. Um because I already did a video on my distress watercolor pencil palette a couple years ago. It's on my channel. And then after that, they released the rest of the colors. So I started redoing like new palettes, and that takes a lot. I have a lot more to do. So I may go live here and there just randomly so we can chat and I just sharpen a pencil. And that I also have to do in spurts. So that's why it's taking me so long because it really hurts my hands. Because I show in the video, like I sharpen them. You have to sharpen them all and then you take the shavings and you put them in the palette, blah, blah, blah. And it is not like my hands ache. So I do it in just little sessions just to give my hands a break. Because, yeah, I am very aware of my hands and I have like genetic issues with like I have immediate family members with pretty severe like arthritis and like twisted fingers and all that kind of stuff. And I've been really aware and very much taking care of my hands because I kind of need them to do my job. So yeah, I take it very in little spurts to give my hands like a break so I don't hurt them too much. And it's only ninja spiders that scare you. Kind of. Really. Like, yeah, I don't like them popping up unaware. Like if I can see it coming, it's not as bad. But it's when they just drop from the ceiling here in the garage and no more talking spiders. No, not going there. Anyway. But yeah, the whole lives thing. Um we'll just see. We'll just see. I'll fit them in as I can. And for anyone that might have missed it, I did also start my holiday card series for 2025. That video went up yesterday. So I am planning on doing at least one holiday themed video a month. The plan is to do it on the 25th of each month, but I've already lost that. Like I failed that right out the gate because I didn't get that video up. It got up yesterday instead of on the 25th because life. And yeah, that's the plan because I have a lot of holiday cards I make every year. And I have so much product that like either was sent to me, a lot of stuff that I've purchased that I never got a chance to use, and it's just sitting here driving me insane. And yeah, that's the plan is to start working on, making the things that I've wanted to make and didn't have time to make or, ran out of time to make. So that's one of the many plans that I have. And then we'll just see where everything goes. Is this going to fit in here? Oh, yes, it is. Love it. I'm glad you guys enjoyed. I have hand and wrist issues. I take longer to complete. Oh, yeah. And I get that. And especially as we get older, that's all part and parcel with it too. As we get older, mobility isn't as great and all the things. But yeah, I've been very fortunate that my hands have not gotten, but they do sometimes. That's why I don't people used to always ask why I don't color with color pencils anymore. Like I used to do that a lot back in the day, using color pencils and Gamsol and all that kind of stuff. And I quit doing it, and it was because of my hands, because they hurt too much when I do that kind of stuff. So I've cut out a lot of activities that just make my hands hurt, even though they're things I love. But it is what it is. I love that you did a Holly card. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you guys enjoyed. I got a good response from that little video yesterday, and that was really nice. Because yeah, I've promised that for years that I would do holiday cards throughout the year, and it's never happened. But this year, and I needed to, because especially the one I posted yesterday, and I said that in the video, that it was supposed to be for a hop that I had agreed to do months ago. But because of the postal strike, I didn't get the product in time and everything. So I was like, I promised Lawn Fawn and Altenue, I was like, I'm still going to post with it, because I hate saying yes to things and then I drop the ball. That's the worst. So that kind of forced myself. They were being understanding. They understood. But I was forcing myself. I was like, you said you were going to do it. So do it. So I did. Okay. Anywho. When I found out there was a MISTI stamp platform, it saved me from. Yes. Oh yeah. Like, there's so many things now and more here and there have come out. Like, I know they call themselves We Are Makers now. They don't call themselves We Are Memory Keepers. They changed the name to We Are Makers, a year or two ago? Something. Like, they've released a few different products to help with that sort of stuff. Like, I know they'd released like a pair of scissors that had like foam on the handles, and I don't have any of those products, but I've seen them. Same with like there was like some sort of like foam handle that you could attach to your ink pads. Those sorts of things. And I'm just like, heck yes. Whether it's because we're getting older or just yes, people with hand issues or a disability or things like that. I was like, heck yeah. Things that just make doing crafty stuff or just stuff in general easier. I'm here for it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Two alcohol markers. Sometimes it's hard to get the caps off my Copics. Heard. Exactly. Things like that. With something like that, I'm just trying to think. If you used something, it doesn't have to be this specifically. If you use something like this, let me zoom out a little bit. Something like these are the Simon Says stamp, like Positively everything, like they're silicone. So again, it doesn't have to be this. Like you can get any sort of, this might work, because if it's not just Copics, but like I use this when I'm trying to open a jar. I have one of these in my kitchen because, jars are the absolute worst trying to get the lid off, but you could do that too because it could grip it, you might get marker on it, but it's silicone. A little bit of alcohol will clean that off. So that could also help. Because yes, if it's a hard, because grabbing something smaller, I understand that. It could be difficult. So you could use something like this. You could also jury rig something technically, but like any little silicone. Um, it's not USPS in Canada. It's Canada Post. USPS is just in the United States because USPS is the United States Postal Service. But the postal strike in Canada is technically over. It's a long story. They were mandated back to work. But yeah, things are now coming together and they've mostly caught up. So I've started mailing out my cards. Are there more postage collage coming? Not sure. Not sure. And then I think that's everything. Oh, I was like, I was thinking like USPS and the postal strike and your like postage collage, and I was like, collage. I don't really do with waffle flour. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm not saying nothing. It's not my job to give things away, but stay tuned. That's the 5th, which is in like 3 days. Is the waffle flour release? So stay tuned. It's a good one. Chris needs him. Chris isn't here. He hasn't been in the room for a while. And as far as yes, I know when he's sitting here, we've talked about this. It's not an easy process to add a microphone to him. When it comes to if you guys actually could see like the jury rig, I have many reasons why I do not show the behind the scenes. I have people that want like a studio tour, all these things. I'm not going to do one. At least not in this space. It is a shared space. There's privacy concerns, different things. And also, I have things so jury-rigged, I will not film because a lot of it is I don't advocate. When I go on about like unplug your heat tool and unplug things, there are things that I have jury-rigged in here that I don't want anyone to take any ideas from. That said, to attach another microphone from where he's at to here is right now impossible. Like, when you get into sound issues and the chords and all of it, it is because unless I was willing to invest an insane amount of money, which I'm not, I don't make that much. It's not going to work. Did you get all your crafty supply packages? No, I've got most of them. One got sent back and is now the USPS has just like lost it. One of my and it was a big order that I'd made before Christmas, so I'm really loving that. And yeah, it was getting sent back, and then the USPS has just, I don't know. I still got to deal with that. That one has me stressed out. So yeah. Oh, they did announce it. Okay, thank you, Myra. They have a butterfly themed because yeah, I don't give away sneak peeks or things like that unless I've been like authorized to do so. But if Waffle Flowers posted it, because they do post sneak peeks. Yeah, they have a butterfly themed postage collage coming. I should have it. I hope it was supposed to get sent to me. So yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a good one. Do a standalone speaker for him. It's still not that simple. You still have to have a receiver for it, and then it has to be, set up in the software, and just sound issues. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. And they're still expensive. I have a wireless microphone. We tried it when I first started doing live streams, and it was not good. I had many people really, really upset over that. The sound quality was horrible, and it was a Rode wireless speaker. I spent a lot of money on it. So yeah, we will get there one thing at a time. But I can only do so much, you guys. I can only do so much, and yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, that's enough for now. I got a bunch of other work I need to do, and I'll get the photos and all the things up for this, like always, on the socials, and I will have videos. I should possibly have a video coming tomorrow. We'll see. I got a lot. I got a lot to do, and I appreciate all of you. As always, links to all the things are down below. The free shipping code does end tonight. Yes. The free shipping code from Simon Says Stamp, the code's down below. That ends tonight. at like 11:59 p.m. Eastern, something like that. And the stamp set I used, the stamp and die set, it's on sale, but I have no idea for how long. I saw it in the sale category and I was like, sweet, love it. Um, do 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 do. Streamer setups are no joke, not cheap. 100%. Yeah, so another reason why I don't film like the behind the scenes and stuff. If people only understood just how much is invested in this. Now, for most people, you don't need all the bells and whistles. You know, there's so much you can do just from your phone, sort of a thing. But to have like a multi-camera setup and the microphone and the lighting and all of that, like, it's insane. It is insane. But yeah, I'm figuring it out as I go along and doing the things. So, okay. Okay. I think we're good. All right. We're good. I appreciate you guys. And now I just got to figure out, okay, I think I can get this to work. I will talk to you guys later. Hope y'all have a good night. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!